Hey, Shalom Markins, Rakam Akapash from Jim London, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakadash. I want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful that expression His truth and all sincerity. Back again with another video. I just wanted to go into, here at GMS, we speak about, the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, we speak about, the hour of temptation. Okay, it's going to befall upon us, man. And that, how the elect will resist taking the MOTB, the mark of the you-know-what. But in resisting, some of us are going to be put to death. All right? Well, we're not to fear that, It's just simply, some of us, Lord willing, we be part of the elect. That's what some of us will be facing, death and beheading, as it states here in Revelation 20 verse 4. But we're not to fear those things, okay? Because ultimately we have gotten the victory over death, okay, through Yahweh Shai and His sacrifice, right? We have gotten the victory over death, okay? So even in that very moment, those members of the elect that are, put to death, man, okay, we're going to be delivered, okay? We would have finished our course, all right? And I would have received salvation, okay? Now, our body might have been put to death and laid to, well, maybe not laid to rest, but, you know what I'm saying? Be out of commission, okay? Those that happens to are going to return with Yahweh Shai first. Okay, they're going to be with Yahweh Shai first, okay, when the Lord returns, okay, which I'm going to get into in a minute. But, let's get this in Revelation 20 verse 4. It says, "And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai, and for the word of God, and had not worshipped which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Yahweh Shai 1,000 years." Right? So like I said, in resisting the mark, okay, some of us are going to be beheaded, okay. Scripture says that we love not our lives unto death, okay. We're going to resist these things if the Lord is dealing with us, okay, no matter where that leads us, okay. So again, we're not here fearing, the outcomes of what might be, okay. It simply is what it is, okay. And we, the elect will take on whatever it is that awaits us, in that time. All right. But like I said, the Lord had already gotten the victory over death for us, man. All right. It says Revelation chapter 1 verse 18 says, and this is Yahweh Shai. It says, "I am He that liveth and was dead." Right. So Yahweh Shai was put to death, as we know. Okay. He was crucified. Okay. And He laid in that tomb for 3 days, right, and was resurrected. Okay, it says, "I am He that liveth and was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore." Right? So, wait, He's not dead. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, He died, but was resurrected and is alive forevermore. So then I have the keys of hell and death. Right? The Lord's the master over that. Right? And the same thing will happen to His elect. Any of us that perish will be resurrected, in that time. Okay, because there's some of us that have died in this faith, in this time we're living in, have died, right? And so they're going to be resurrected when the Lord returns. Okay, and they're going to come in glory and in power. Okay, just like the Lord is. Okay, the death didn't prevent them from being delivered and being saved. Okay, receiving the glory. Death doesn't prevent that. Okay. This is Isaiah 25 verse 8. And it says here, "He will swallow up death in victory. And the Lord power, Yahweh, will wipe away tears from off all faces and the rebuke of His people." Okay, he's speaking about the Israelites, right? And the rebuke of his people shall he take away from off all the earth, for the Lord hath spoken it. And it shall be said in that day, Lo, this is our God, which is our power. Okay, Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai is our power. Okay, he's not the power of the heathens. He isn't coming to protect them or to save them, to defend them. He's coming to defend his people, right? That's why all these prophecies, they you know, these people read in Revelation, that they all link up to the salvation of Israel. You know, they ain't talk about nobody else, right? It says, and it shall be said in that day, Lo, this is our God, our power. We have waited for him. Okay, we're the ones that expect him to return and put these nations into slavery and to deliver us. That's what we're expecting to happen, because that's what's written. We're the ones waiting for that. These people ain't out here waiting for that. Right? They made up their own prophecies and doctrines that they believe in. Okay, but no one's gonna come to fulfill those. Right? It said, we have waited for him, and he will save us. This is the Lord. We have waited for him. He will be glad and rejoice in his salvation. Right? So yeah, death is gonna be swallowed up in victory. And I said that began with Yahweh Shai, with his sacrifice. Right? And his resurrection. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 51. It says, Behold, I shew you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. Right? Not all of us are going to perish. Not all of us are going to die, right? Okay, just a select few of us that have been allotted that, you know, for martyrdom, right? But we all shall be changed. Okay? So in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, okay, at the end, for the trump shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. Okay, so even the dead of us, those that have passed away in this truth, okay, they're going to be changed, man, and made incorruptible, made perfect. Okay, pursuant to Hebrews 8 and 10. Okay, we're going to be made perfect with the laws in our hearts, you know, in our minds, given that heart of flesh, you know, in place of the heart of stone. Okay, and we're all going to be perfect. Okay, we're going to be made incorruptible, perfect vessels. All right. Verse 53 says, For this corruptible, which is what we're currently in, this body of flesh, all right, this body of sin, for this corruptible must put on incorruption. Okay, we're going to change suits, man. We're going to be given new bodies, right? One that's incorruptible, right? And this mortal, which we are also mortal, we can die. Okay, we bleed and, you know, we can die, get old, fade away, die, get crushed, die. You know, this body is very fragile, man. As amazing as it is, because, you know, you think about this body and what it's capable of doing, even though it's not on a super high level like that, it's a work of genius. You know, it's crazy, right? What this body does, right? But it's flawed in a way for us, right? Because it lusts after, you know, carnal things, right? And it needs to be fed carnalities, right? It needs to eat, it needs to drink, you know. It says, but it says that this mortal must put on immortality, right? So we're no longer going to be able to die. Okay, we're going to put on immortality, just like Yahweh Shai, right? Yahweh Shai died in the flesh, and he was raised. He's quickened in the spirit. He was raised up, right? And now he's alive forevermore. So shall we be. We're going to be immortal. We're going to reign with the Lord forever. That's why the kingdom of heaven is forever, because we're going to be incorruptible and immortal. So power is never going to, you know, leave Israel and its princes, man. It's never, Yahweh Shai is never going to be dethroned. King David is never going to be dethroned. They're always going to be around. Right? Exacting righteousness in the earth. All right, that's why it's going to be an everlasting kingdom. All right. Verse 54 says, So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, Death is swallowed up in victory. And like I said, Yahweh Shai has already won. Yahweh Shai has already done all the heavy lifting for us, man. He's gotten the victory over the devil and our enemies of death. He's already done all of this, right? It's merely a formality that we're going through, the process of, these prophecies and that, to for them to be fulfilled. It's a formality, man, because it's already been written in the Spirit. From the very beginning, it's been written, right? The outcome of all of this, right? So we're not concerned about what's going to happen to us in the end. It's whatever it will be. But what we do know is that regardless of anything or whatever happens, okay, we're going to be in this kingdom. We will be made perfect. We will be changed. And we won't be having to suffer, this world and this hell that we endure now. And like I said, if we're of the elect, man, we're gonna be pleasing in the eyes of the Lord. This is what we ultimately want. Verse 55 says, "Oh death, where is thy sting?" Death can't stop us, man. Death has no rule over us. This, like I mentioned, this body that is just a vessel, right? And though that the body might perish, okay, ultimately with the souls, with the spirits inside these vessels, and the spirit doesn't die. Okay, it just gets translated, right, into another vessel. Okay, but this vessel that we're going to be put in is going to be an everlasting vessel for us to operate in the earth, So, oh death, where is thy sting? Oh grave, where is thy victory? Yeah, the grave can't swallow us up no more. You ain't going to find us in the grave no more. Because that's where all men go, right? All men go to the grave. All men go into the ground. But it won't be the same for us. Alright, so the grave won't get no victory over us. It says the sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. Right? And we're going to be perfect in the law. You're not going to find any sin in us anymore. Alright, so it's going to have no place over us. Verse 57 says, "But thanks be to God, which giveth us the victory." He's give us the victory. We already won. And we can take great confidence and comfort in that we've already won. If you believe that. If you believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, we have already won. We don't have to worry about a damn thing, really. But because of this flesh, this carnal flesh, obviously, you have thoughts and shit. Weaknesses that you have to kind of overcome. Because we're in the flesh, man. Like I said, this body is not quite right for us. You know what I'm saying? It works against us. But really, we don't have to worry about a damn thing, man, because everything is really done for us. Okay, we really have to walk the path that we've been given. All right. It says, "Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable." Because we know already, and like I say, it's easier said than done. But when you understand this truth, you understand everything's been set already. There's no reason for us to really be, opposite to unmovable, to be movable, right? To be moved and swayed by things and people, and because you got scoffers. Scoffers have always been around, right? And the scoffers, they say some shit, and when you maybe when you're first in this truth, man, it might bother you a little bit, man. But these scoffers are just chatting shit, and you know that, but sometimes it gets under your skin. But it's like now you don't even give a damn, because what the hell do you know? What do you know? You don't know a damn thing. So, these things and what you think don't concern us at all. You ain't gonna convince us that you're right. You ain't got no evidences to back your point up, man. Okay, you don't know the scriptures as well as you think you do. And for us, that's plain to see. So none of what you say ever really, never concerns us, man. So it says, "Be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord," right? Not taking breaks, some long ass breaks, or you go out when the Goldilocks temperatures, when the temperature's right, when the weather's right. No, it says to be abounding in the work of the Lord. You know, be instant in season, out of season, man. Okay, we're here to work. We're not here to party. But you know, you got J-Cat there. Just wanna again these bodies, man. You know, these bodies are currently, and they wanna party, man. Right? They wanna fulfill fleshly lusts, right? That's what they wanna fulfill. So you got these other groups doing all kinds of craziness because it makes them feel good, man. But in reality, like, are we meant to be feeling good like that? To act like we don't have a care in the world? No, we've got plenty of things to care about and think upon in a spiritual sense. You know, and there's things obviously you're dealing with in real time, problems and struggles that you're dealing with. You know, they have to be addressed too. But you know, this isn't the time. Scripture says this is not our rest, man. It's not our time to be partying and celebrating. Celebrating what? You know, the only thing I'm thankful for, you know, other than having the shoes, having the brotherhood, man. And you know, we spend time among each other and we break bread, have a few drinks, man. I appreciate that, man. Okay, but you know, to be in revelry in this world, it don't seem right, man. What for? You know, it makes you feel odd. You know, when I was younger, it made me feel odd. You know, for most time we just live a solemn life. You know, and you go out here and there and whatever, but you know, we're not in the spirit of mirth, right? Because that's the spirit the world is in. That's the spirit that these people are going to be in. Well, the scripture speaks about when before the flood came, they were in that spirit before the flood came and then destroyed them. And these people are in the same spirit now, and the same thing's going to happen to them. You know, we're not to be caught off guard like that. You know, that's why we're always watching. You know, paying attention, concentrating at the top. You know, on the task at hand. You know, it says, always abound in the work of the Lord, for as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. Right. So our works are not in vain, regardless of what happens to us, whether we perish or you know, whatever the case may be, right? That our work is not in vain. If we're of the elect, it's not in vain, right? It will lead to our salvation, man. All right. It's Romans 8 verse 35. It says, who shall separate us from the love of Yahushua? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword? As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. Right? And that's, you know, we're defenses out here, really. You know, we're not out here, you know, warring Esau on a equal and carnal level. No, we're not. Our warfare is completely spiritual, man. And that leads us kind of defenses in a carnal respect, you know. So these people can have the power of death and over us, and you know, try and put us to death. And if it's the Lord's will, then that's, you know, that will occur. But if it's not the Lord's will, guess what? They can't lay a finger on you, man. They can't put you to death. You know, depending on what the Lord wants, man. They might catch you, lock you up for a bit, beat you up a little bit, and that might be it, man. You might, Lord, make an escape for you, you know. But sometimes you might get caught and you might get beheaded. That's just, you know, how it could be. Okay, we ain't gonna know until we're there. But there's no point stressing about it. Be mindful of it. Be prepared. But there's no point stressing about it. Okay? We're here to do the will of the Lord, man. So let's just let the Lord's will be done. You know? Just like Stephen. You know? Stephen was, you know, detained, caught up. And he was stoned. But, you know, what did he, you know, what did he do? What could he do? He just accepted it, you know, and just became ultra spiritual at that moment in time, man. Became ultra spiritual, man. Was laying down the history before them and making them feel guilty. You know, they felt cut in the spirit, and then they stoned him because they felt cut. You know, and Stephen saw, you know, Yahushua sitting on the right hand of the Father, man, and the Lord took him, man. You know, we may not even felt anything in that moment in time. So, you know, we're not to stress about it, man. You just need to, you know, be as much mentally and spiritually prepared as you can for potential situations like that, right? But like I said, it didn't prevent Stephen at all. Okay, he was part of the elect. He was saved. He was delivered. He died in faith. He believed. It's Matthew 10 verse 28. It says, "And fear not them which kill the body." Okay, like I said, these guys out there, you got Esau in these troops out here. You got these gremlins in the streets out here. Okay, they're all going to become gremlins, man. All these people are going to become stressed out and aggressive. Okay, you're prepared to take your life, right? They're all going to be like that. Right, and they're going to have a hatred towards us, man, like never before. Right, and they've been given the power to take life. They have. Right, so we have to be mindful of that. Or not to fear them, right? So they fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, right? They can't do nothing about the spirit that resides in our body. They can't do nothing about our belief and our faith that we have. They can't do nothing about that. And so that means they could never really beat us. Because like I said, we don't really die. We never die. Right? The Lord is God of the living, not of the dead. And spirits don't die unless the Most High, want to make it disappear. Return it to his essence, But there's nothing that these guys can do out here. Nothing Esau can do. No matter what weapon he got against you, nothing you can do about that. Right? It says, fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him. Who should we be fearing? The Heavenly Father, man. Because he's the one in control of what happens to you. Whether you get put into the hands of somebody or, however, what type of death you might receive. The Most High is in control of all of that, man. So it's him we should be fearing. Okay? So, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. All right? Pardon me. It's Romans 12 verse 1 says, "I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies as a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service," right? So we're here to do, be done, dealt with, however the Most High wants to deal with us, man. However the Most High sees fit for, whatever the Most High sees fit for us, And we're not ones to sit here and say, well, I don't deserve this and deserve that and whatever, because ultimately we're all worthy of death, right? But the Lord's going to have mercy on some that they don't see death. But even those that receive death, man, that's like a great honor to die, in service of the Lord. As a martyr, So the Lord is he's very merciful, regardless of what side of the fence you end up falling on. Let's see. That's something I'm thinking of. No. Here we go. That's the one I wanted, right? It's Hebrew chapter 6, verse 10. See the point, right? So, "For God is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have shewed towards his name, in that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. And we desire that every one of you do shew the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end." Right? So the Lord's not unrighteous to forget your works and labor of love. Right? So either way, it doesn't matter, man, because both ways you're being delivered and saved, and they all have their own honor and glory attached to them. But as all characters in a story, man, we have to play out certain plots. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, let the Lord's will be done. All right. Where was I? Right. So yeah, present our bodies as a living sacrifice, which is our reasonable service, man. Because like I said, we're all worthy of death, really. All right, we've all got sin and wickedness. Okay, in this flesh. Okay. And that's why we need to be changed. That's why we're gonna be changed. It's Matthew 16 and verse 28. It says, "Verily I say unto you that there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom." So like I said, it's not going to happen to all of us. We're not all going to be beheaded and put to death, but there's going to be a portion of us that will. All right. So from my perspective, yeah, that could be a lottery in it. Like it could be anybody. It could be any one of us. So we all have to prepare. We all have to prepare our minds and our spirit for that potential outcome. You know, to not to fear that circumstance if it may come upon you, man. You know, and this is part of the reason why we don't know who's who. You know, in times past. You know, this is why the you know, we say the hopeful that because we don't know. Like until we're on that chariot, we're not going to know for 100% certainty that we are the elect. Because the Lord could decide to replace any one of us at any time. You know, that's the whole point of, you know, having the fear, because the Lord could do that if he wants to. Right? You might just find out you were never part of the elect, and as fucked up as that might be, you know, you'd feel a bit fucked up, but the Lord could do that. Right? Because we don't know everything the Lord's doing. You know what I'm saying? You know the outline of everything he's doing, because it's everything that's written down. But we're not as individuals all written down. Everybody's scripts written down here for us to read. It's not like that. So we have to find out if we're written in the book of life or not. It's not privy to us right at this moment in time. But as long as we have this truth and we continue in this truth, man, as the scripture say, endure to the end, we can be saved. All right, and we believe, and so you know it stands to reckon that at least at this moment in time we're of the elect. You know, and Lord willing, it stays that way. All right. So I'm going to close up with this. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 13. It says, "But I would not have you ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep," okay, meaning dead. All right, but they're not really dead; they're asleep, right, ready to waken up again. It says, "That ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. For if we believe that Yahushua died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahushua will God bring with him." Right, so they're going to come with the Lord. They're going to be risen up too. Okay, they're going to awake, be raised up, right? "For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep." Right, so like I said, the Lord, you know, he not forget of your works, man. All right, and those of his elect that have perished, and those that will perish, right, we will be remembered and will be raised up in that day, in that time. Okay, and will be rewarded. Okay, "For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of God, and the dead in Yahushua shall rise first." Okay, they're going to be the first to be changed. All right, just like Yahushua was the first, right, to be changed after his sacrifice. Okay, those that have made those sacrifices also in serving the Lord shall be changed before us too. You know, we're going to be changed after. Right, as when Yahushua returns, man, and as we're being delivered and beaten up into the chariots, we're going to be changed in that moment. You know, it says, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds. Right, it's like I'm saying, those that are here at that moment in time, and we're getting beamed up into the chariots, being delivered from the destruction, from the death that's going to come upon this place, man. Okay, we're going to be changed then. Okay, but they're going to return with the Lord as he comes. They're going to be with the Lord, right? It says, "To meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord," right? From that day forth, we're always going to be with the Lord. Like I said, we're going to be immortal now. We're going to be incorruptible, right? We're going to be with Yahushua forever, ruling forever. All right? And to close out, verse 18 says, "Wherefore comfort one another with these words." So Lord willing, man, brothers are comforted by these words, man, and the knowledge of, of these scriptures. Because the scriptures say, "Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times," man. These are the things that's supposed to comfort us, man. This is the comforter. Okay, the spirit of Yahweh Hashem, Yahushai, through these scriptures is this comforter, man. All right, so, fret not, because we come into troubled times, man. It's pursuant to Daniel 12:1, a time like no other, since there was a nation, right? A time of evil. time of trouble. All right, so things are gonna get a bit crazy, you know. And you might even feel yourself feeling a bit unsure at times, maybe. But you know, just remember this, man. We've been teaching this, man. We believe in this, you know, for a long time, and everything's happening as according to as we've received it. You know, so none of it should be a surprise. Okay, if anything, it should bolster our faith and our belief. You know. But I say if it's appointed to us to die, to be beheaded, then so be it. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't stop anything. It doesn't cancel anything that you've done. You know, if you're the elect, man, you're gonna be delivered, man, and that's that. All right, and it's always something that was always been on my mind since I've been in this truth, man. It's like we don't get to decide nothing, and that's kind of comforting, right? We don't get to decide what happens and what doesn't happen, and if we succeed or don't succeed, and you know, it's not really down to you. Okay, but you have your part to play, and so you play it. You know, but only the Lord has decided what's going to be what. You know, and we just hope that we're chosen. We hope that we're going to be on the chariots, man. Okay, and so we continue fighting to get there, to be there. Okay, to make our calling and election sure. Okay, to stay diligent, right? To stay loyal and faithful and true, sincere in this thing, man. You know. But yeah, say Lord is edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video. So till next time, I say shalom.